Today on Who is That Saint? We meet a bishop who stared down emperors, sheltered exiles, and built up the church on the crumbling foundations of a dying empire. Saint Maximinus of Trier wasn't content to stay quiet in the chaos of 4th century Rome. While emperors schemed and heresies spread, he defended truth like a lion, and gave the church one of its boldest voices in the fight for orthodoxy. If you've ever wondered whether one voice can stand against the empire, Saint Maximinus says, you'd better believe it. Maximinus was born in the early 300s, likely in the region that's now France. He came of age just as the Roman Empire was wobbling on its last political legs and the Church was learning how to live out its newfound freedom after the Edict of Milan in 313. But with freedom came conflict, especially over one thorny issue, the Arian heresy which denied the full divinity of Christ. As a young bishop in Trier, one of the oldest dioceses in Europe, Maximinus didn't stay on the sidelines. He got loud fast. Maximinus wasn't just a bishop. He became a refuge for the persecuted. When Saint Athanasius of Alexandria, the Church's leading opponent of Arianism, was exiled by the pro-Arian Emperor Constantius II, Maximinus welcomed him to Trier with open arms. Not a small gesture. To take in a banished bishop was to challenge the emperor himself. Maximinus didn't flinch. He offered Athanasius protection, prayer, and solidarity, and built a reputation as one of the fiercest defenders of Nicene Christianity in the West. Maximinus wasn't just a shelter for the exiled. He was a fighter in the arena. He attended several councils where the Arian controversy exploded, including the Council of Sardica around 343 AD. There he stood shoulder to shoulder with other bishops trying to uphold the Nicene Creed, that Jesus Christ is true God from true God. His defense wasn't abstract theology. It was pastoral. For Maximinus, if Christ wasn't truly God, the whole gospel collapsed. Maximinus served as Bishop of Trier for over 20 years. In that time he didn't just argue doctrine, he cared for his flock, preached the gospel and stood up for the persecuted when it could have cost him everything. He died around 349 AD, likely in Trier where his memory became legendary. Eventually he was canonized and his feast day set for May 29th. His name lives on in St. Maximin's Abbey, where his relics are kept, and in the hearts of all who fight for truth with both courage and charity. Saint Maximinus of Trier is now venerated as a defender of the Nicene faith, protector of the persecuted, model bishop during times of political and theological chaos. He reminds us that the fight for truth is never just theoretical. It's incarnational, relational, and very often confrontational. In an age of compromise, Maximinus chose conviction. Saint Maximinus didn't just protect exiles. He protected the truth. He shows us that fidelity to Christ may cost you power, prestige, or peace, but it never leaves you empty. And when emperors roar and heresies rise, God still raises up faithful shepherds to hold the line. Quote of the day. We don't have many direct words from Maximinus, but his friend Saint Athanasius left this tribute. He received me not as a stranger but as a brother. May we be that kind of refuge.